Emma Thompson stood in the tiny kitchen of her one-room apartment, stirring a pot of soup on a rusty stove. At 22, her life was a patchwork of struggles. Born to a poor family, she'd left college to help her mother, a seamstress, pay the bills. The city around her buzzed with opportunity, but for Emma, it felt out of reach. Yet, amidst the grayness, there was James Harrington. James was her light. A 25-year-old from an upper-middle-class family, he worked at a sleek advertising firm downtown. They'd met a year ago at a charity event where Emma volunteered, and his warm smile and genuine kindness had drawn her in. Despite their vastly different worlds, her patched clothes against his tailored suits, they'd fallen deeply in love. Their relationship wasn't easy. James's parents disapproved, calling Emma a charity case. Her own neighbors whispered she was chasing money, but James didn't care. One evening, under a sky streaked with city lights, he'd slipped a modest ring onto her finger. "I want you forever, Emma," he'd said. Tears in her eyes, she'd whispered, "Yes." Now, engaged, they dreamed of a future together. Today, Emma planned to surprise him at his office with lunch, a small gesture from her limited means. Carrying a bag of homemade sandwiches, Emma walked through the towering glass doors of James's office building. The security guard waved her through with a smile. "For Mr. Harrington again?" he teased. She nodded, her heart fluttering. The elevator hummed to the 10th floor. As she stepped out, she spotted James down the hall and froze. His arms were wrapped around a tall, elegant woman in a designer coat. Her dark hair fell over his shoulder as she hugged him tightly, whispering something Emma couldn't hear. Pain stabbed through her chest. Her hands trembled, the lunch bag nearly slipping. She edged closer, catching the woman's words. "I'm so happy for you, James. You deserve this." James smiled. Her smile, the one she thought was hers alone, and said, "Thanks, Sarah. It means a lot." Sarah. The name burned into Emma's mind. Was this why his family hated her? Because he had someone else? Someone who fit his world? Tears blurred her vision. She couldn't breathe. In a daze, she stumbled to the parking lot, yanked the ring off her finger, and placed it on James's car windshield. Then she ran, the city swallowing her whole. Unbeknownst to her, Sarah was James's college friend, there to say goodbye before moving abroad. Moments earlier, she'd playfully asked if he'd propose to her instead. But James had laughed. "I'm in love with someone else," he'd said. Sarah had hugged him, wishing him well. But Emma didn't know that. James found the ring an hour later. His stomach dropped. "Emma?" He called into the empty lot, but she was gone. Her phone was off, her apartment empty. Her mother, confused, said she hadn't come home. Desperate, James searched for weeks, hiring investigators, calling friends. But Emma had vanished. Meanwhile, Emma boarded a bus to her mother's new home in a smaller city, hours away. Her mother's arms were a refuge, but her heart remained shattered. She replayed the hug endlessly, convinced James had betrayed her. Days became weeks of tears until necessity forced her out of bed. With no degree, jobs were scarce. Rejections piled up. Secretary, cashier, waitress. Finally, she took a job as a cleaner at a modest hotel, scrubbing floors for meager pay. It was survival, not living. Years passed. Emma's hands grew calloused. For complete story, follow the given link below. Please like and subscribe. Meesha's Quest Tales for new stories.